The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Wednesday, November 6th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. You get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and the NFL with Rhythm. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is John Sally, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Wednesday, November 6th. Fun night. I mean, there's games on. I guess. I mean, we could have had better matchups, but they were
Max
games
got
on.
A big old grin on his face because I'm sure the basketball was amazing that he was watching.
Oh, is this a? Well, I think I just knocked out my headphones.
Big tool, baby.
Yeah, representing and YouTube.com/the college experience. Hop on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. Shout out to Nicholas Greenwald giving us $5, saying how we feeling, Mac. He knows this guy here is feeling good. We're gonna get to all of that. He's got the I like his cup. Show that cup off because it's the solo cup.
Strong grip, baby. Strong grip.
Yeah,
right here.
Solo cup fused into a coffee mug there. YouTube.com/the college experience. Like I said, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
I didn't have the great. I mean, one game under 500 on my wagers, but didn't have a good night. For every game, definitely did not have a good night. So it's been a little rocky. I feel like this normally happens a little bit. Start the season, get the first week underway because you're gaining data with every game. I gained a valuable piece of data tonight regarding those Arizona State Sun Devils. We'll get to it, folks. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Big 12 College Experience and the Ride and Rush Show. You hear him on the College Football Experience. You hear him on this very show, obviously. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Mac. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Lang the Chalk ended up giving me a winning night. So Lang the Chalk has been good this year. I'm evolving with the times.
Mac tonight. Make it Mac tonight.
We are also joined by third man in the booth. Let me tell you, he drives a smooth ass LeBaron, if there's ever such a thing. And let me tell you, he's got some fine new glasses on. He can see everything coming from a mile away. Give it up for the host of the College Baseball Experience, Noah Bieniek. How are you, brother?
I could be better. I went 6-2 picking every game on the slate. No leans, all picks, 6-2. But both losses I bet, and I went 1-2 today on my bets. Like, what the fuck? What a kick!
It's early in the season.
Yeah, I just got to pick them. I got to make sure my selection's better. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I've been picking every game for 8 years, I believe. Actually, maybe even longer, but with official picks on this show, I believe 8 years. And November is always the hardest month. I want to say like last year might have been my best November ever.
Oh, I was rolling last year. I was up 18.
Yeah. I feel like November is hard, man, especially the more that like maybe like 7-8 years ago when the portal wasn't such a huge factor, but now you're just like, you're trying to figure out, oh, is this guy, you know, this team, they got talent, but how fast can they gel? I don't know, Mac, am I crazy for that assessment?
No, I agree with you. I think, and we love the situational spots. We love locating the travel spots in league play, those home dogs where the atmosphere's rocking. The atmospheres aren't rocking right now because it's still college football year. So also, I think the favorites are covering at a crazy clip, and I'm not a conspiracy guy. I swear some of these fucking teams know the number. I swear, just with the way that they finish the games, it's odd with some of their decision making, whether to foul or not foul. And then these bigger favorites, I think there might be a little NIL kickback whenever they do cover.
Oh, the old C note game. I was posing this question. I don't know if
you guys were talking about this last year. Your conspiracies, you were kicking.
No, but
honestly, I'm taking all the big favorites this year.
I was talking about this on the Saturday College Football Reaction Show. Call me crazy. Why, if you're, let's just say we start a TCE university.
Mm-hmm.
And we field a basketball team.
A lot of people are asking in the chat what conference Electoral College is in tonight too, by the way.
They got a hell of a good point guard, let me tell you. It's like what's the online school?
Point with like some kind of fucking point guard name. That was gonna be hilarious.
Hold on. I'm curious though, like this, and I want people to tell me if I'm a moron or not, because I could be. But I was thinking about this, and if you have a university now, like I said, even if we started our own, but let's just say you already have an established university. Let's say
you already got Degen University too. Shout out to Troy.
Yeah, shout out to Degen University. Go get that shirt in the store. But why wouldn't you invest like your coach tell your boosters, hey, I will pay attention, like behind the scenes. You don't say this into a mic. You say, I'm going to pay attention. Like I will pay attention to every spread. I will go out of my way to keep the starters in longer, whatever I have to do to try to hit that spread. So if you guys back me up on the spread and start betting these things, throw a chunk of that percentage into the NIL.
Oh yeah. You were talking about this on the call.
Why wouldn't you do that? I feel like, dude, you see it so much, like Dan Lanning in Oregon football scoring that touchdown with a minute left. Right. Or, some of the ones you've seen over the, especially the past 2 or 3 years since all these states have been legalized with gambling, some of it makes you wonder because you're like, damn, they're keeping the starters in really, really late. You know what I mean? And it makes a lot of sense to me. You could fund your own damn college sports program with doing this. Am I an idiot?
No, I mean the boosters, they're businessmen. They've made a lot of money for a reason. They're in it to make more money. So hey, you cover for me, I'll throw you a shitload of money, and it's a break even for me and my team's winning. So that definitely goes on. People could be like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theory." They can kiss my ass. That 100% happens.
Yeah, and that's why I want to get in on this action.
I do too.
I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to be one of these boosters, but I'm working on it.
Show to a point where we could just start funding some of these guys. Hey, come on,
all day. Folks. Well, look, the slate wasn't fantastic, but I mean, we had enough games that it was entertaining. We're gonna dive into those, but before I to let you know that college basketball is back. All right. In case this is the first episode of the season here. If you aren't already subscribed, get over there, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience, because our daily picks, we're covering every game. We've done this for years, so hop on over there. We're breaking it all down, and apparently we along the way we might solve world hunger, all that stuff. Thanks as always for tuning in to this podcast, and look, also if you can head over to Spotify and give us a 5-star rating. Remember, only you can prevent corporate gambling from taking over. All right, we are back. Shout out to Troy Tuning. He's becoming a bit of a legend on this first half plays.
How is he still awake, Mac?
Mushrooms?
He's invested in the activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, doesn't he work at a golf? He's got an early morning.
He does.
Call.
He might be pulling an all-nighter. So yeah, Troy, I'll give you a call here at about 3:00 in the morning. We could speak Hebrew or something at each other. Different language.
Oh man, and
he's got no work tomorrow. He says.
Oh, there we go.
That's how to do it. That's how to do it right there. Did you call out, or did you have the day off?
We might have forecast.
There's already rain in the forecast or something.
I like that. There was no rain in the forecast for the Rice Owls. How about our Rice Owl cover? Because we got very fortunate.
So sweaty. The only rain was sweat.
They get it done against the Airport FIU 77-70. That was a little bit more of a game than I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought, what's that?
Yeah. Neither team really had a rotation of guys that they had figured out going into this. Like 4 minutes in, it was a complete hockey line change. So they were just kind of figuring out roles, seeing how this thing would go. FIU had, they grew their lead in the 20 minutes in between, 10 minutes going into half, 10 minutes coming out of half. And then I got close at the end where it got really sweaty, but it was interesting.
So we cashed that. I was feeling good. I'm starting off hot on these days, but then it gets bumpy. It gets a little bumpy along the way.
I want to add, we got a lot of shit for that pick in the chat, and they're like, "Man, Rice is terrible." I'm like, "Have you not seen FIU play in the last 5 years? Like,
yeah,
they're both terrible. Like, I get if you want to go against Rice, but like, it wasn't a strong conviction play. It was the first game of the night, a standalone game, and we all hopped on it. And thank God FIU missed a layup at the end.
Yeah, that was just a hilarious game. Reggie Theus, the Bethune-Cookman NIL collective failed me. It was a fun story for a second.
Oh God! I told you, go against Lubbock, man.
Bethune-Cookman got rolled by Texas Tech.
It was close in the first half too.
Yeah, I was sold that I thought we were going to be able to get this thing done. Not the case, as they give up 94 to the boys in Lubbock. Also, nice play.
Did you watch our Final Four picks show, Colby? I don't know if I said that last night, but do you know that's my Final Four pick?
Buying in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What we would love to see.
Appreciate
He Texas Tech.
Yeah, I have not. Well, I mean, with the exception of the Leach thing, but I've kind of it's taken. I'm becoming, time heals all. You know what I mean? And they did do my guy wrong, but what does basketball have to do with that? You know what I mean? So I was rooting for them to beat UVA. I'm not lying. And I like Tony Bennett. I was rooting for them to beat UVA. So it'd be cool to see him back there. Sure. I want to talk about this North Texas Evansville game because, wow, I was not expecting 42 points out of North Texas in the first half.
Yeah, we talked about it in the preview. Man, we like this team just with the different transfers. I thought Jasper Lloyd was really good tonight. He had 23. I think that they're more close to what they were the last year of McCaslin. Last year, I think, was a little transition year, but I think Ross Hodge is a good coach, and I think they're a contender in the AAC. I know it's early.
Well, I can tell you this: I kind of forecasted Evansville having about 17 points at halftime. I did not forecast 42 points for North Texas at halftime. Good call, guys. I thought Evansville could stay in that game, and I just thought I love taking the dog. Very similar with Virginia. I love taking a double-digit mid-major dog against teams that just eke it out. You know what I mean? That, like, what do we say? Suck that clock. That's what happens. Suck that clock. And I feel like North Texas checks that profile. So that was the logic on me losing money tonight. You please, if you can, give me a 1-star review. New Orleans. They covered. Privateers, that fire ass logo. They covered in Manhattan. And Gesson had a big game, 21-15. But still ate shit on. I mean, I didn't bet this one, but I still ate shit on this. But your thoughts on the Wildcats moneyline match?
I missed the first 10 minutes, and that's when New Orleans actually had a 10-point lead. They're up 25-15, and then after that, they got completely housed. So for whatever reason, K-State came out, went through the motions. I know Noah's going to talk about his guy, Doug McDaniel, did not start. I don't know if it was a discipline issue. Maybe the academics isn't going on at K-State either. I don't know. Noah, what's the deal?
I don't know, but he came off the bench, and Doug is at least going to give you very, very good offense. The defense, he can be aggressive defensively, maybe get himself out of position as a smaller guard, but offensively, like if he's not scoring the ball, he's dishing out very good opportunities. And he had 8 assists today off the bench. Like that's a guy that should be starting. David Gasson played out of his mind, dropped a double-double, 21-10, 21-15. 10 defensive rebounds is what I was reading there. But Kansas State's definitely got some potential to be really good this year. I just think they got to figure out some roles.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. It's game 1. You know?
Hey, they started shitty and still won by 25. So
I know.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. You could be one of those Big East teams where you have to fight and claw to beat Central Connecticut or Southern Indiana.
Exactly.
Like I said at the top of the show, just a little upsetting that I won 6 other games and then I bet the 2 that I lost. And this one they were never covering. We'll talk about the other one that I bet that was never covering.
This game, you don't panic if you're a Kansas State fan, much like East Carolina and North Carolina Wesleyan last night. I mean, very similar. You get the win because you're championship DNA, but you move along. Central Arkansas and BYU, at the Super Soaker there, the BYU 88, Central Arkansas 50. Whew.
It's an unfair game.
I was like 33 when I woke up this morning. I didn't bet this, but I'm saying I took it on our picks page. BYU looked good. Looked
Dallin
good,
Hall
right?
didn't even play.
In the freshman looked really good. Jaeger, Dimon, whatever the hell his name is, 18 points, 11 assists. I mean,
not gonna work here anymore, right?
15th round steal in the fantasy draft that we did for TCE, by the way. 15th round steal.
They got it going on there in terms of just like the crowd, the atmosphere, and then like the Big 12 backing in the brand. They get the Utah Jazz guy is the one funding all this NIL money. So that's why they're able to pay a head coach $5 million. They're investing the shit out of this team. So we'll see how they do this year, but they're all in on this team.
Buddy, I mean, if anyone out there lives in Southern California, I mean, you can drive past a couple places where you see like a Mormon church that looks like it looks so rich. I can't even stare at it that long. You know what I mean? Like it's just so like they have endless money. So I'm still waiting for that Scientology basketball team though. Got to get that going. I'm serious. Not no joke here. I'm dead serious. It's good for content, but BYU look really good, but Arizona State. Okay. This is my favorite play of the day.
They suck.
They suck a lot. Idaho State not known. How so? What do you mean?
I picked Idaho State on the picks page. I said Arizona State on the show.
Oh, I got you.
Sandbagging.
Yeah. Get this. Here's what's even more remarkable about this game. Idaho State, if you didn't know, if you're just diving into college basketball this year, Idaho State's been horrible for a long time. Well, they only lost by 7 in Tempe, and they went 4 for 28 from 3. I repeat, they went 4 for 28 from 3 and were in the game. That's unbelievable to me. I mean,
Have you seen the upcoming schedule and not the Big 12 schedule? They have Santa Clara on Friday, then they go to Gonzaga on Sunday. Is that a true? That's a true road game at the Kennel.
Hold on. Clarify. We're talking about Arizona State. We're not talking about Idaho State. Arizona State.
Yeah, Mac was or Colby was talking about how bad Idaho State was, and Mac's
no, and I was alluding to how bad Arizona State may be. Like the fact that they got drilled by Duke by 1,000. Now they got to play Santa Clara at a neutral site on Friday. I don't know where that game is exactly. Then they got Gonzaga on the road at the Kennel. And then they got Grand Canyon in the Phoenix Suns arena. So, and then they got the Tommies.
Dude, Cal Poly looked good tonight, buddy.
I know. The George is a good coach.
I like that. You know, that was my favorite play. That was the best play for me. What's up?
That Arizona neutral site game against Santa Clara is in Henderson, Nevada.
Okay.
But Cal Poly, the reason why my Wi-Fi must be dog shit tonight. But Cal Poly, that coach is coming in from Colorado Mesa. We mentioned that last night. He brought 4 players with him. It turns out they're going to pick up right where they left off.
Yep.
Cue my music for Cal Poly. Dude, for a second, I thought I was going to blow this. But they got when the Dons got it up to like 12 before Cal Poly came back. But Cal Poly, 7-minute mark had the lead. They like a timeout by San Francisco to resettle. Cal Poly though was easily my best play. I mean, the Rice one was I had Rice and Cal Poly, ate shit on the others, but I'm encouraged to think they could turn a corner a little bit here. What do you think, Mac? And what do you think of these Dons?
Well, I actually think the Dons are pretty good. I think it's more about Cal Poly just being way improved. So just looking at San Francisco, I'm looking at their upcoming schedule real quick. They got Boise on Saturday. Then they got Long Beach and Chicago State, the Memphis Clemson. So we'll learn a lot about them over the next 2 weeks.
Cal Poly's at Cal next. I happen to like Cal. That game could be interesting though if Cal's not paying attention there. Cal
didn't blow me away opening night.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a little bit more impressive. I ate shit on Washington as UC Davis almost won. Good call, Mac. This one, I mean, 10-minute mark? I feel like maybe I'm full of shit by a couple minutes.
Loss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Davis was kind of for a decent chunk of the second half, kind of dictating the pace of the game. Washington survives. Danny Sprinkle gets that first dub in Seattle. Osobor had 15 points, 17 boards, 6 steals. What the fuck?
He's earning that check. Too bad they couldn't get anything else.
Every time I looked at the fucking screen, he was missing a free throw, though. It was terrible. It was annoying because Washington missed about 15,
17, 6 and 10. And he's like, I couldn't make a free throw.
Oh, he played incredible. He got a underdog fantasy pick'em in projection in for me, but just missed so many crucial free throws that could have got us a cover here.
Yeah, the 21 of 38. 21 of 38 from the free throw line, but how about this?
Brutal.
2 for 14 from 3. Bad shooting night in Seattle. But Jim Lesson,
take too many.
How about Ty Johnson? 35 points. Whew.
Ty Johnson.
He's a dog though.
Yeah,
he's good.
Anyway, those were the games. We also had a couple other D1 against lower competition games, but game balls. I guess we're just giving away one tonight.
No, we kind of weak. There was 8.
I feel that's kind of cheap. That's like giving every kid a fucking trophy, right?
Well, teams should schedule more games on other days. That's not our issue.
I'm only going to give
It
out
helps
one
us
game ball. You be you, buddy.
It
All right?
helps
There's
us
only
with
one damn game ball tonight for me.
It helps us with engagement on social media.
Socialism, communism,
Yeah.
get that game ball for runner up.
I draw my line in the sand. All right. I'm not. Look, one game ball. I don't care if we lose followers or gain followers.
I'm not creating a graphic for just 3 game balls. Come on.
I mean,
Just add
really?
3 numbers in there.
You're really gonna force me to grab a second game ball here.
The first
I'll
one's
be a dickhead
Because
and pick Arizona
we
State.
tag all the teams and then we get good engagement from it.
All right. You want to play this game? All right. My real game ball is going to be the likes of. Let's start off with Rice. Lanier shouldn't have got fired. Now I understand it that they brought in a potentially a better coach, better situation they got going, but I think he's a solid coach. Nice to get your first win at a new program. So game ball to the Rice Owls, who are 1-0 this year. Mac?
My second game ball, I think I'm going to go to North Texas. That probably was the most impressive win in terms of actual quality opponent, and they dominated that game. So Ross Hodge, good job with that new group.
Bieniek?
As much as I'm displeased by the outcome, I'm still going to go game ball to Washington. They were in a little bit of a dogfight, but Danny Sprinkle gets over the line in his first game as head coach of the Huskies at home.
This is where you're just forcing me.
It's where
This is just disgusting.
You can't give one to Arizona State or San Fran.
No way. I am going with Sacramento State. Look, you beat some school I never heard of by 62 points. It's not many times. Look, they just raised like $35 million for their football program to come to the FBS. That alone deserves
I like
a
this game
ball
too, because they're not going to win many games this season, I don't think. Sac State's
well,
rough.
Let me tell you, they got some alumni that's putting together a lot of money, and Tom Hanks, part of that alumni, donated a bunch of money to them. EJ Neal had 16 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Good God. Doing a damn thing. All right. Give me a game ball for these Hornets. Buzz, buzz, sting, sting. Get this.
Sac State.
I mean, they were up 53-13 at halftime. How about that?
The juice goes, Arizona State doesn't even deserve a beach ball.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll go BYU for mine, just because first year head coach, first game, Kevin Young.
True.
They get it done.
True. They deserve one.
They killed them. I mean, they did their job.
Bieniek, where are you going in this forced nonsense?
Yeah, Mac took that one right off the tip of my tongue. I'll go Texas Tech just because they look the part.
Could have went Colgate. It's okay.
Against Stoonie? Big win against Stoonie?
Folks, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Pick'em is one of the biggest menus for all the sports: NFL, college football, college basketball. Hello, get in on this action, McFly. CFL got the Grey Cup around the corner. MMA, NBA, NASCAR, NHL, and much, much more. And Boost Uber's upon us, which means you're getting a spooky amount of profit boosts and much more. And you can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries as well. So sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCE SGBN to claim your special pick. Plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Bieniek, you got anything on the boards for us?
Oh no, I haven't even. I dropped the ball there. I haven't even looked at the slate today. You know where I was at the entire night. I was in the college football picks live show with you.
I know. I just thought when I was reading the ad, you would load it up.
I dropped the ball. Hold on. And Underdog Fantasy looks like they're dropping the ball too.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
No, never mind. There's 4 games. I'll go through it. You can finish the read, and I'll.
Let's not shit on the sponsor that pays us. So I've heard this works, and it's a good policy in business not to shit on the sponsor that pays us. No,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of examples where it went the other way. I guess you can make an argument, Texas Instruments or something. I don't know, but I'd say we should try to accommodate the fine people at Underdog Fantasy.
Rutgers is playing Wagner, and Ace Bailey's point projection is only 14.5 points. So I think that one I'm going to go higher on short notice.
All right, there we go. Let's go. See, but the fact that even offer you Rutgers Wagner, stat projections, fantastic. Yeah, I'll join you. I'll take the higher over there. You can get stuff like that over there. Use the promo code TCESGPN. Underdogfantasy.com. Promo code TCESGPN. Jump on over there. They're offering stuff that you cannot find elsewhere. All right, you guys ready to pick some games?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's go to the hospital. All right. What's the whoa. Okay. There you go. Good work. I almost forgot about it. I made slides for this. YouTube.com/the college experience. What's your go-to food at a hospital, Mac?
Oh dear God.
Shit, I don't know. I haven't been to the hospital in a while, so that's good.
Yeah. Is it like just you stick to the Jello? Yeah. You get bold, take a shot on the rice pudding. Yeah.
It's hard to fuck up soup.
Moonshine, fucking numb it up.
It's hard to fuck up soup. Yeah. I mean, soup is one of those things. I don't know though. If soup ever goes into the seafood ballpark, which it does, sometimes it can be great. Sometimes it can be absolutely horrible. So I don't know that I've had soup though at a hospital. Maybe chicken noodle.
Soup.
Maybe chicken noodle. What's that?
Troy says chicken dumpling and soup.
Chicken dumplings at a hospital? The fuck you go into the maybe my experience.
He's saying no one knows.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Anyway, not getting a lot of traction on this conversation. It's a little dull in this fucking show tonight. Glad to see you guys got the personality of Noah's fucking LeBaron.
You chose to envision us in a hospital kitchen.
Well, you've been in a fucking hospital, right?
Try to dive into this great
kitchen, cafeteria, buddy, cafeteria. All right, you go to the cafeteria, you get things there. The vending machine,
yeah, dull in the cafeteria at a hospital.
Look, Elliot worked at a hospital. The soup isn't great. He says hot sandwich. All right, he says soup's not great. If you work at a hospital, you're really finding out shit about I got to be honest. If I walk in a random hospital, I don't think I'm going the soup route. I think I would take a chance on other stuff. You always got to wonder how long the soup's been sitting there. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to the hospital, Mercyhurst, where the soup is fantastic. As they head to Baltimore, Maryland to take on these Bears. I like this bear logo because it looks like a bitch slapping another bear. Morgan State's laying 10.5 points. No. And as Ryan quickly brought up, I was just about to hit this, but Ryan beat me to it. Frostburg State, which I have attended a game at Frostburg State. Morgan State only beat them by 12. Mercyhurst lock. Give me the 10.5 at the hospital. All right, let's go. Actually, the hospital's on the road, but that's Baltimore. Give me the 10.5. What are you doing here, Mac?
Double lock. Yeah, you can't lay 10.5 with Morgan State. Let's go. Mercyhurst. They look good the other day against GW.
That's what I'm saying. And their logo is super original, right, Noah?
Looks like Manhattan.
It's a play on Michigan almost. But anyway.
Missouri with their block M is real original. No, I think you guys are a little crazy betting on Mercyhurst. Sure. I'm not laying the points with Morgan State either. I'm gonna pick Mercyhurst here, but they come to the D1 ranks from the NE10. and it might sound familiar, Stonehill, Merrimack, some other D2 schools that got promoted or did the promotion up to D1 in a couple of years ago. UMass Lowell, I think, was one of them. They've all been really good programs at the D2 level. This team had a below 500 record in conference and at the D2 level last season. I don't think they're up to par with the other programs that have made this jump up to D1. So I'm only going to take the points. I'm not betting it. I'm not losing money on this team that I've never seen play basketball before.
They're going to win outright.
Yeah, buddy. Let me tell you something.
Oregon State.
They play Frostburg State often. You know how I know this? It's because I watched a Mercyhurst Frostburg State football game a few weeks ago.
So
it was awesome,
you're doing a tuck job on this.
We're doing a tuck job over here. I just think Mercyhurst, if they were beaten, Frostburg over the years, not every year, but then they can get it done.
Oh yeah,
they can get it done,
dude. I'm telling you,
especially
against GW the other night. They were not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And they got a game under there. I mean, I know Morgan State did too, but when you look at Mercyhurst, I just think they have some. There's not a big gap. Let's be honest here. They were 25-6 a season ago, right? That includes they had a dominating win against Edinburgh, University of Pennsylvania.
Edinburgh.
They took down Shepherd. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? No one knows. Half the students call it Edinburgh. But they took down Clarion University, Gannon University. You know what I mean? They dropped 105 on Gannon. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a lock. We're gonna hit this. Let's go.
Money line.
I know. Come on, Bieniek. Let's go. Sprinkle that money line. I agree. All right. Next up. My computer's going a little slow here. Okay, there we go. Wagner, the vacuum company, heading to Piscataway to take on Rutgers and their Danny DeVito blood money. Jersey Mike shit. Rutgers laying 20.5. This is an interesting one because on first thought, I'm like, we gotta load up on Rutgers. But then you think about, I know Wagner's Staten Island. Is there a little brother angle here? It's close. It's close enough where it actually might be a little angle on the little brother. However, I'm laying the 20.5 with Rutgers and I'm locking it. So let's go. Let's go right here. Mac?
I'm not going to bet it. I'm going to take the points, though. I mean, Wagner finished the year strong, got to the NCAA tournament. Rutgers is young. Everybody's crowning Rutgers, and I don't like to lay points with Rutgers. I know they're at the rack.
No, at the rack, we love to lay points.
I don't like to lay points with them, though. That 20's a lot with them.
I mean, I just feel like if on the road, I never take Rutgers. At home, you could lay a big number, and I'm interested.
I'm taking the points.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I'm actually going to take the points with Mac too. I am relatively interested to see what Rutgers can offer to the table or bring to the table with Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, who are the two 5-star freshmen. But Wagner is old. They have a lot of experience coming back from a team that played in the NCAA tournament last year. And this was a team that only had 6 guys when they were playing in the NCAA tournament last year. They developed depth through injuries. So in a way, it was a little bit of a positive from a negative. I think Wagner is ready to go this season under Coach Copeland over there. So I'm taking the points with the Seahawks.
All right, let's move along. The Campbell Camels, that fucking great logo, heading into Charlottesville, take on Ron Sanchez and the Virginia Cavaliers. UVA's laying 17.5. This is just like I'm going back to the well. It's like the North Texas play tonight. I know I lost on it, but 17.5 is a huge fucking number. Especially, I mean, if he's anything like Tony Bennett, and was on his staff for a long time, I got to take Campbell in the points.
Yeah.
I'm locking it. We're starting off with bangers.
Double lock.
Yes. 17.5 points. You got players transferring. Other players can't transfer. It's all fucked up in Charlottesville.
Shit's evening out for that UVA program. They've sucked for the last 4 or 5 years. They've just had Tony Bennett to single-handedly will them. Now they don't have Bennett. They're not good. Yeah, Campbell, lock it up.
Let's go. Bieniek?
I don't think Campbell's great either, though. I'm actually
lose 50-35 here.
Yeah, I'm gonna advise people to, if you want to be on the Campbell side, take it now, because I think this is going to be a popular pick tomorrow. We've seen a lot of crazy line movement at the beginning of the season. This thing might close around 12, and if you like Virginia, I'd wait till around tip to get down on it. But I'm going to take the points. I think it's a little too many for any type of Virginia team, even if it was Tony Bennett. A lot of points here to lay with the Hoos. So I'm going to go with Campbell's.
Staying away from Lock City over here. Fucking Sacred Heart is heading to stores to take on UConn. UConn's laying 33.5. Lay it. I think we should bet this. I'm going to start off the show 4 for 4. I know fucking Sacred Heart covered for me the other day, but 33.5. I'm laying it. You can talk me into a lock, Mac.
I'm not gonna lock this. I will lay it just because it's the second game in as many days, but UConn's got a lot of pieces to figure out here early. But I do think that they'll ultimately pull away easily.
Bieniek?
I'm going to lay with UConn. I'm not going to bet it, but I will say, like, once upon a time last year, there were some questions around the UConn roster going into the year. I know Klingon had a foot injury. This is how they opened the year. Northern Arizona, they won by 43. Stonehill, they beat by 40. Mississippi Valley State, they won by 34. Then they crushed Indiana by 20. They beat Texas by 10. Manhattan by 30. New Hampshire by 20. Don't doubt the UConn machine. Just lay it.
Lock?
Do you feel good about it? I don't.
I feel decent about it. I just feel like
I don't love
none of these teams. Yeah. All right, let's stay.
I said I'm going to fade UConn all year because I think they're going to be way overvalued. I don't think they're as good, so I'm already picking it with UConn. Sacred Heart's not the team I really want to go head to head against. Not running into the window and go, I want to go head to head with UConn with Sacred Heart.
Let me just say, there's a chance I wake up tomorrow and bet this. I'm not all the way there. Check the picks page, as we say. Moving along, Lehigh, the Mountain Hawks are heading to DC to take on Georgetown. Georgetown's laying 14. The over under at 150.5. I mean, Lehigh's fucking horrible.
They got absolutely annihilated the other night.
I watched them wait. I told you, for some reason, I watched a lot of Holy Cross. I watched a lot of Lehigh last year. I'll lay the 14 with Georgetown as Cooley takes a little bit of a step forward. I don't love the play though, because I think the number is actually kind of right. Mac, what are you doing here?
Lehigh's not as bad as they were the other night. They've already played a game. I'm locking Lehigh. I'm not laying 14 with Georgetown. Let's go.
Locking the Mountain Hawks. Fly.
Come on, Lehigh. Get this Georgetown shit out of
Bieniek.
This is the guy that picked Georgetown to finish like 8th in the conference.
They haven't played a game yet. They got a lot of new faces. They got to mesh them together. Didn't we just see the Big East
election day too? Election day hangover.
Yeah.
Is there an angle there? I mean, DC could have some shit going on.
They're going to be protesting.
I kind of like this. The more I think about this now.
Oh, Lehigh's going to go right in and say, "Bam!" Bang.
Noah, do we have a? While we're doing the show, I don't know if you're capable of doing this, but I'd love to know the ATS record of teams in Washington D.C. after an election.
Great handicap. Oh, Lehigh Live. What's that money line?
I'm not capable of finding that.
I know, buddy. I'm fucking with you, buddy. But I would love anyone out there if they could find a number on that historically since let's say since 1990 or since Clinton. If you could find the how many teams have after an election in the city of DC, that includes American, George Washington, Howard, Georgetown. Those four teams.
DC says traffic, bullshit, protesting on highways, etc.
Dude, Lehigh was my pick to win the Patriot League. I'm not jumping off it just because they got drilled in a bye game. Proud program, Brett Reed. Let's go, Sean, stacking the money green.
There we go. There we go. I like this lock.
Big East team that plays with their food, just like all the other teams. They're worried about the election. You lost the election, and you're going to get beat tomorrow. Let's go Lehigh.
Yeah, I want to be there in spirit so bad, but I've watched too much of them. Like, I hope it hits for you. I hope it hits for you because I'm not betting this. But Coppin State.
I'm going to take the points with Lehigh too, but I ain't betting that shit. Georgetown's young with some new pieces. Malik Mack and Jay Nepps in the backcourt, both ball dominant guards. I need to see how that's going to work too.
Here we go. Coppin State is heading to High Point, North Carolina. Look, Coppin State covered for me against Wake, my boys. Can they do it again? At High Point there, who's supposed to, there's a lot of hype around High Point. Me and Clark, shout out to Clark. We were talking about this the other day.
This is the beginning of the dynasty.
Give me Coppin State plus the 22.5. All right. Cover for me last night or 2 nights ago, whatever the fuck it was.
You know what Colby's saying, Mac? I'll let you. I'll actually let Mac pick first before I say this.
So here's my only problem: is all the teams that have got some hype at the mid-major level have kind of felt themselves coming into the year. So I will lay it with High Point, but I'm not going to bet it just because they have bigger fish to fry. But I do like High Point. I think they're going to drill them, but just in case they go through the motions here on opening day, I'll just lay it.
All right, now I have the green light to say this. So you know what Colby's doing, Mac? He goes, "Oh, look, there's a train coming," and then he goes on the tracks and he's like, "Let's see what happens. Give me the points." that's my view of how this is going.
I believe in trusting the planet, Bieniek. All right, and Coppin State. Well, I'm going to explain. This is when I talk into a microphone. This Coppin State cash for me against Wake Forest. We're high on Wake Forest. It's supposed to be Forbes' best team.
Yeah,
I'm not high on it.
Guess what happened too? I'm building SGPN East over here.
Yep.
And the guy coming to wire up my TVs and everything, God's eye, essentially on the East. He's a Coppin State grad.
Oh.
So the world is talking to me about Coppin State, and you got to be sharp enough to listen. All right. So Coppin State's covering this, and let's go.
To Mac's point.
I don't hate the angle. I mean, did Grand Canyon cover last night? No. Did McNeese cover? No. These teams that we have crowned, rightfully so, they look great on paper. Maybe they're not used to being in this spotlight. So, yeah, I'm with you.
Nobody's said it about any of these three teams, High Point, McNeese, and Grand Canyon. All of them have a hole on paper, and they're all the same. They all struggle to shoot from deep. They're all super athletic with high major talent, but they all struggle to shoot. And there's a reason why they've all transferred down into the mid-major level. High Point is in that same boat. We'll see how they do. Colby, I have one request, though. Can we play the saxophone? Because the starting point guard is your boy Bobby Pettiford from East Carolina on High Point.
No, because he's a bastard.
Oh.
He left ECU for High Point. He does not get the song. All right. If he had stayed at ECU, like a good human being does, then I would play that saxophone all night long. All right.
I feel like we heard saxophone for Tristan Newton on UConn a couple of times.
Well, right? That's because the ECU really won those national championships. You know that, right?
So what happens when High Point wins games? ECU kind of won games.
No. Just it's not going to work. We're not gonna play that music for them.
I'm laying the points.
Moving along. Northridge heading to Lemoyne.
How is Lemoyne the host of this game?
Lemoyne's dynasty, Noah. You didn't know that?
They must have a lot of money to pay for this bye game. I can't wait
Northridge
for that.
Was already up there. They were already up there taking on the Bonnies. So it's like, hey, I give you a couple dollars to take the bus over, take on the Dolphins. Lemoyne is not going to cover this game. CSUN's going to win this one. CSUN played well, I thought, against the Bonnies.
Yeah.
I guess Lemoyne played well against Syracuse, though. But check us out. That's a little brother. That's the little brother angle. I think Northridge is going to get him because who the hell's Northridge to Lemoyne? Give me Northridge.
Yeah. I'm gonna lock. No. I'm gonna lock Northridge. That was I'm locking it. Their Super Bowl coming off that. Northridge is not bad. They hung in there with the Bonnies. I think they're much better than Lemoyne. So yeah, let's go. Lock it up, Northridge.
Double lock on Northridge. Triple lock. Are we going triple lock?
Yeah, this is a triple lock. I was looking at this game. I was like, what the fuck what is Northridge doing in Lemoyne? Now it makes a little bit more sense. They play this game to pick up a win on their way home. It's not as nasty of a travel spot as I originally thought it was. And Lemoyne coming off a hard-fought game against Big Brother Syracuse. I think this is a Cal State Northridge win, and they cover.
Let's go. Triple lock on Northridge. Columbia is taking on Villanova. Nova's laying 17.5.
Oh, Villanova.
Give me Nova for this one. I'm laying the 17.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
So Columbia had the big comeback the other night. I do agree with you. I think we should lay with Villanova. I'm tempted to lock Villanova.
I thought about this too.
Let's go. Like, they look like shit the other night. They got that bad taste out of their mouth. They're going to come out, smack Columbia's Ivy League ass right in the mouth.
I'm not betting it with you, but I'm going to give you another reason for it. Eric Dixon was suspended game 1. This is his first game of the season.
That's right.
He's the gel to the entire offense. He's the best player on that team. That's why they might be a little dysfunctional the entire year, but that's definitely a reason why they could have looked like it game 1. So
let's take this. Let's lock this thing up. Double lock. LD. That's Bieniek, you're riding with us. You're not locking it though.
Correct? Yeah.
Okay.
And the chat's asking. He played in some invitational, like the Pottsmouth Invitational, and they suspended like every college player that played in that for a game. So
Stonehill is heading to South Bend, the Graveyard, taking on the Irish Amia Leprechaun. Notre Dame's laying 26.5. Big number. Give me the Skyhawks to stay within this number. I mean, how many people will Notre Dame pack a crowd for this? I almost feel like they won't. So in that regard, where the hell's my drop?
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Give me these Skyhawks plus 26.5. Mac?
I'll join you. I'm not betting it though. They're terrible.
Oh, I'm not betting it either. I'm not betting. This is just a pick. Yeah.
Graveyard, baby.
Yeah. Bieniek?
I'm really excited about this Notre Dame team. I think they're going to be good this year. They return a couple of really good freshmen from last season, Marcus Burton and Braden Shrewsbury. And they also add a very nice veteran piece from Princeton, Matt Aloko. And I think the Tigers were missing Aloko on opening night. He's a grad senior coming in to just offer a little bit of experience for the Fighting Irish. I'm going to lay the points here.
I thought he was going to say I'm really excited for this game, and I was going to be like, what?
No, just for the Notre Dame team this season.
I do agree with you there.
West Georgia's catching 23.5. The over-under at 150.5 in Atlanta. Taking on David Stoudemire and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech struggles with these. Yeah. If you're not like a top 10 team or a top 25 team, Give me West Georgia to cover 23.5. Mac?
Dude, I'm tempted to lock West Georgia. They already got a game under their belt. Georgia Tech plays with their food in these games. Let's go. I'm in. West Georgia, lock it up. Too many points.
I'm not going to lock this, but I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm picking West Georgia here. Moneyline Mac, I'm locking up with the Wolves. Bieniek?
Yeah, I'm going to take the points too. I'm not betting this one though, but Georgia Tech brings in a couple of transfers that are expected to start for them. West Georgia, a little bit of a little brother game. A lot of these are JUCO bandits as well on this team, so they're going to get up for this one. I'll take the points.
SIU Edwardsville is heading to Bloomington, catching 28.5. These Cougars. A lot of pressure on Indiana. They saw Purdue's run. A lot of pressure. They see Signetti's run. Give me SIU plus 28.5. What are you doing here, Mac?
I think I agree with you here. I'm going to take the points. I think Edwardsville isn't bad. I like Baroni, and I need to see it from this Indiana team. There's a lot of hype at the portal, but I'll fade the hype. Take the points.
I agree. Bieniek?
I'm with Mac. I think Indiana's going to be pretty good this year. I was higher on the Hoosiers than you guys were, but I'm still very cautious and very. I have my questions about Woodson. This is a lot of points for a Woodson coach team, so I'm going to take the points with the Cougs.
ULM is heading to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. 23.5 is what LSU is laying now.
Yeah.
Give me the little brother angle. Give me ULM plus 23.5. I can be talked into a lock here. Mac, what are you doing here?
I'm going to lay it with LSU. This is a desperate year for Matt McMahon. They'll take all their losses out from the last couple of years on Monroe.
Bieniek?
I had the same thought process as Mac. Pivotal year for McMahon. Pretty softish schedule. I think this has to be a warpath to keep his job.
Folks, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. SGPN's proud partner Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive models in seconds. Custom predictive betting models, that is. And you get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, props. You can copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard if you want to sit back and just cruise on in. Or you could build your own like I like to do, and then Rhythm will adjust around what you like. Rhythm gives you predictions for every game and player prop. Also has a slew of stats, research, trend analysis to give you even more betting insight. Claim your free 7-day trial period today. But go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. We're also brought to you by BetUS. Bet with the best in the business. That is BetUS. You saw it on opening night college basketball. Every place was struggling for lines. Not BetUS. They had it all, baby. BetUS has been around for more than 30 years. You can easily deposit using cryptocurrency and get lightning fast payouts. I like East Carolina -7.5 Thursday night in college football. Jump on that. Check out the college football experience as well. But BetUS has got that all there for you. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetUS. Promo code SGPN so they know we sent you. BetUS, America's favorite sports book. All right, we are back. And we are jumping over to... Why does like the Texas A&M Commerce logo remind me of reminds me of like a Chinese restaurant in like suburbia? You know what I mean? Something like come dine at the Golden Lion. But anyway,
that's Rob Donaldson's YouTube logo.
The Commerce, Texas A&M Commerce.
He's got like a golden lion right here.
Oh, gotcha. Guys, I got a lock here. Commerce is covering this, and I think they're live on the money line. 13.5 is ridiculous
for South Dakota.
It is ridiculous. I'll be honest. When I was looking at the card earlier, when I was placing a couple wagers, this is the first game that popped out to me of like, oh, I'm taking this. I think the money line is live here. I know it's Vermilion, South Dakota. which I hear can be intimidating. All right. Yeah, this one's gonna cash. Let's go. Mac, you're with me, right?
Yeah. Sprinkle some on the money line. Commerce got a game out of the way. And South Dakota, who the hell are they to be like 13?
13 and a half?
Like, what the fuck is this?
Who the hell's setting this number?
Yeah. I looked at the cocktail napkin on this one, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm a little bit crazy. Cocktail napkin has this thing at 8. So yeah, this is a lock for me. Commerce didn't look too bad against Iowa. I thought the Hawkeyes were going to just barnstorm them and eliminate them from the gym, but Commerce competed. So South Dakota's got a couple of seniors in the starting 5, but like Max said, Commerce already got a game in, and they looked all right. So I'm gonna lock them up with you guys.
Triple lock on Texas A&M Commerce. Sprinkle that money line. All right, Vermont, Auburn. Back, look, like these logos, it's like they just flipped the A. Vermont is catching 15 and a half after the huge win. At UAB. But it's time for the jungle.
Yeah.
I'm laying the 15 and a half with Auburn. Mac, what are you doing here?
I will lock up the Auburn Tigers. Vermont got their big upset win at UAB. Happy and fat coming into Auburn. Welcome to the jungle. They're going to get drilled by 20 plus here. I think that 15 and a half is a bait. Everybody's going to be like, oh, Vermont, they won at UAB. They're good. They are good, but it's a bad matchup. Auburn runs them the fuck out of the gym.
I'll join you. You're making a lot of sense. I haven't pulled the trigger. I haven't actually bet this yet, but I will right after the show. Let's go. Double lock on the Auburn Tigers and the ultimate used car salesman, Bruce Pearl. Noah, what are we doing here?
I'm going to take the points, and I'm super high on this Auburn team, but I think Vermont didn't think that they pulled off an upset the other night. I thought Becker said it in a post-game interview that like they came in to win. The head coach is going to say that, but I truly believe that Vermont thinks that they have a really, really good team. The backcourt's incredible, and Shamir Bogues, TJ Long, and TJ Hurley. Hurley had a great game against UAB the other night. This backcourt's got continuity where Auburn does not. They're going to rely on Piggies, who I'm high on for the long term this season, coming in from Furman, his first game in the system, and also Todd Pettiford, who's a freshman point guard. So I'm actually going to take Vermont. I think the defense is able to give Auburn some fits, and they keep this thing reasonably close.
Lipscomb is heading to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Our darlings. Triple lock. Yes, I will. 14 and a half is just too much right now. Right? I'm curious what you guys take here, but my first thought was we should take Lipscomb in the points.
Whoa. No, I said lock for Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
This is a brutal travel spot. Pittsburgh does not have a local airport. And then to get into Fayetteville. Pittsburgh
doesn't have a local airport? What are you talking about?
No, it's Pittsburgh. Like 40 minutes outside of the city.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's rough. You have a day travel to get to Fayetteville, Arkansas, where this place is going to be an absolute madhouse for Calipari's first home game. Arkansas looked pretty damn good in the exhibitions too. I'm going to lay it. This is my favorite bet of the day.
Really?
Yes.
Let's do a battle.
Join me on the battle. I'm on Lipscomb.
Yeah.
Calipari laying a big number. Where have we seen this before?
Especially game one, and Lipscomb already got a game in.
And I think if you guys actually really like Lipscomb, I would wait because there's going to be a lot of people betting Arkansas tomorrow.
I agree with
I
that.
would get on.
I do agree
Arkansas
with that.
ASAP here. Wait to bet Lipscomb because this line's already moved a 1.5, guys. I got this thing at 13. I'm checking right now.
Let's do a little battle. Dundee, Mac with Lipscomb, Phoenix with them Razorbacks.
I did not think I was going to be the Coach Cal truther out of us three. I thought for sure Colby was going to be on this play with me.
No. I'm high on these buys in here, man. They cashed for us already, and I was impressed with their game.
I'm high on them too. I have them winning the ASUN by a game or two, but I just think this is a scheduled L. That's a tough travel spot.
We'll be lit. I will say that. Oral Roberts is heading to Minneapolis to take on Minnesota. Minnesota's laying 16.5. I'm gonna lay
real quick, Colby. You can still get a 13 on Arkansas over at ESPN Bet. That's where I got it. So
hey, there you go.
It was a 1.5 point off of where I got it. It's still out there, so I highly encourage the chat to go over there.
There you go. I'm going to take Minnesota minus the 16.5 here. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I think it's the right side here. I think last year was kind of I know they didn't make the tournament, but I felt like it turned the corner a little bit. And Oral Roberts, life after Mills, I'm going to lay the 16.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think I'm going to lock Minnesota, man. Ben Johnson was good in these bye games last year. I think they got hit by the portal, but I think they come in with the chip on their shoulder. Give me Minnesota, lock it up.
I'm close. We'll see. I'm gonna let you ride solo though. Moneyline Mac locking up the Gophers minus 16.5. Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm gonna lay with the Gophers too. Oral Roberts last year was just not my cup of tea. I've said it about Paul Mills. I could be wrong about Paul Mills, but I truly think that Max Asmus was a gigantic piece of what made Oral Roberts tick. Because before him and after him, the years were not quite as good. So I'm going to lay it with the Gophs. I think Ben Johnson figured something out at least last year, and they also have Dawson Garcia back. So yeah, Minnesota.
All right, moving along. Oakland, your boys, Bieniek, heading to Boise, Idaho, take on Leon Rice and the Broncos. Boise's laying 17.5. I do like this Boise team. I really do. But give me the 17.5 with Oakland. They can stay in this. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think I'm gonna lay with Boise, man. How many times did we see Boise last year drill these teams when they come to elevation? Oakland, dude. I'll give out another crazy lock. I'm locking Boise with all this experience. Oakland, this is just another brand name.
I just think, dude, I feel like Boise sometimes when it's not a name,
so
they kind of like sputter.
I also think Oakland's not very good.
No, they're not.
I believe that, but I just think 17.5 is a gigantic number for a team that am I off on this? I felt like whenever they played kind of like dud teams, I felt like those were like 10, 12 point games.
They were drilling teams last year, Boise.
Good teams though, I thought when it was like Ball State or, whoever, like Northern Colorado, I thought Northern Colorado and those teams were like covering.
They didn't really play those teams. They beat Northwestern State 95-54. Fullerton 88-65, but everybody else they scheduled fucking tough last year.
I'm taking the points.
I'm gonna lay it and lock it. Oakland looks a little rough this season so far. It's a brand new roster. This is not the same roster that beat Kentucky last season. The only one that returns is DQ Cole, who's kind of the backup point guard, played a little bit of two. To begin the season, they lost 98-42 to Michigan in a preseason exhibition. Then they played my local community college. They only won by 13. Then they played Defiance on opening night Monday, and they were only winning by 10 at half. It was Coach Kampe's 700th career victory, and he was pissed off at halftime during that one. Not happy with the way the team's
I like that angle
so
though.
Far. The tough travel spot too. From Detroit to Boise in a day. I'm going to lock the Broncos here.
Double lock, Bieniek and Mac on Boise. All right, let's continue on this journey. The Mexicans, UT Rio Grande is heading to Crichton, take on Michael Crichton. Welcome to Jurassic Park. 30.5 points, huh? The Mexicans covered for us the other night. I'm taking them again. Creighton wins by 29. Mac, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna lay with Creighton. No lock.
Bieniek?
I'm going to take the points. I don't have a whole lot of conviction behind this pick. But I just think this is a lot of points.
All right. Seattle, Eastern Washington, and Cheney. I always say Cheney, and I get someone to say it's Cheney or something like that, or Sheeny or some whatever the fuck it is. Seattle's laying 7.5. No. And I love this in-state game. Give me E-Dub plus 7.5. I thought they played all right. Too many points. Let's go. Mac, what are you doing here?
I will take. I'm going to take the points with E-Dub as well. I'm torn on this game though. In terms of, I could see Seattle pulling away at the end. I've been impressed with them, but no bet for me.
Bieniek?
I don't like to take Seattle away from the crack house, so I'll take the points.
All right, let's move along. Alcorn State getting 24.5 in Logan. No. This place is good. I'll take Utah State. I can be talked into a lock. Mac, what are you doing here?
This is tempting because they just got drilled in Salt Lake. Now they got to go over there. I'm just going to lay it, but it's Calhoun's first game.
Bieniek?
I'm with Mac. Calhoun's first game. This is a brand new roster, and Alcorn's already got a game under their belt. So I'm gonna lay it, but I wouldn't bet this.
Western Illinois is heading to Malibu, beautiful Malibu, California. Pepperdine's laying 3.5. Wrong team favored.
Yes.
Give me the Leathernecks down there in Malibu. There'll be 6 people at this game. Mac, what are you doing here?
I'll join you. Western Illinois outright. Let's go. Leather
money line. Triple lock.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Glad to see we're coming along. Welcome to the party, pal. Let's get it going. Triple lock on the Leathernecks.
Western Illinois was a team that I was relatively high on in the OVC conference preview. They hit the road to San Jose State, won that game. It was a tightly contested game the entire way through. They win it by 4. They've already got a game under the belt. Pepperdine, first game of the day or first game of the season. And that's a team that I'm not too high on. So, yeah, I think Leathernecks win it outright.
All right, let's jump on over to the Aztecs. Brian Dutcher. I'll tell you, man, when I was at Mountain West Media Days, I sat down with Brian Dutcher, got to talk to him for a little bit. I came away, he was rather confident in his team, like more confident than I thought when you consider the returning production. UC San Diego's solid. Remember they gave him a game a year ago.
Yeah.
Like a 1-point game, if memory serves me correct. The Aztecs are laying 11.5. I'll take the points, but I am like my first thought was, oh, we got to load up. But then I was like, man, Dutcher seemed really confident with his team. Taking the 11.5.
I love what the Aztecs are going to be. I'm locking up UC San Diego tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, the Aztecs are dealing with a couple of injuries too. Reese Waters is out 6 to 8 weeks with a foot injury, and also Miles Bird has been battling a preseason injury, I believe.
Oh, and Bird's a player too.
I think there's 3 guys that they missed their last exhibition in the preseason. And San Diego is a team that I like too, so I'll take the points here.
I think we should lock this.
I did. Yeah, I'm locking it.
I'm not going to pull the trigger.
Let's go. Double lock on the Tritons. last but not least, the moving company is heading to San Diego, California as well to take on Steve Lavin. Been on the show before. Toreros are laying 1.5. Give me the Toreros minus 1.5. No lock. Mac, what are you doing here?
They got drilled the other night. Yeah, I think I like the Toreros. Fringe lock. Check the picks page.
Bieniek?
I was relatively surprised. We talked about this during the WCC conference preview as well. I thought San Diego was going to have a rough year last year, and I thought Lavin had a great coaching job. And they're still a young team, but a lot of the pieces come back from last year. So, and yeah, Ryder didn't look too promising against UCLA opening night. So let's go San Diego, lay the points.
All right, folks, that's our show.
Favorite play?
Favorite play. I mean, I feel like the Western Illinois one seems pretty. How about favorite play? It's always hard to power rank these things, but what?
Do you have favorite plays?
Yeah, I'm going to say this. Favorite plays: Auburn, Western Illinois, and Mercyhurst. Mac?
I went Villanova, Auburn, and Boise. More big chalk favorites for me.
Bieniek.
Arkansas, Western Illinois, Commerce, Boise.
The Commerce one's good too.
I like Commerce.
Can I? Let's just give away a little parlay here. Commerce, Western Illinois, or how about this? Moneyline round robin here. Mercyhurst, Commerce, Western Illinois.
Just do the money line parlay of Western Illinois, Commerce. Those were both
Really?
triple locks.
All right.
And then, yeah, don't force it. Don't force another play.
If Mercyhurst hits tomorrow, I'm burning down your fucking house. All right. I'll tell you that right now. Folks, give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D, the college basketball experience. It's on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Appreciate you tuning in. YouTube.com/the college experience. Always recommend the visual side of this. Not because of my gap tooth, but because of the great graphics that we throw up on the screen and just the harmony. Anyway,
check out the pregame show every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. Look at that pregame show. Get on over there. Also, we have the picks page in case you're thinking, hey, maybe news breaks and you want to see what side we're on in a game pending that news.
Or you want to catch us Benedicting.
Yes, SGPN app. Free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. Also, sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Click on college basketball picks and you get our stupid, names. I was going to say faces. You won't get my face there. Also, check out the college football experience as we break down every single game over there. The FCS college football experience, the college baseball experience. Bieniek, you getting ready for the season over there?
Yes, sir. Super excited.
Ready to go. High heat being served there. You can tell by his reaction.
Once one preview season's done, the other one begins.
Bieniek reminds me of baseball. He reminds me of you remember in Back to the Future when Michael J. Fox starts playing the guitar all crazy and like these kids in 1950 have never fucking seen anyone on an electric guitar.
It's been a minute since I've watched that movie. I have seen it, but I don't remember it.
Bieniek reminds me of his date when he comes back after killing it on the electric guitar and no one was ready for it. He comes back, he goes to talk to her, and she's just like, "Very interesting music, Marty." I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but he just didn't have a lot of emotion when I served you up. Just a great opportunity for you to just promote the hell out of the college baseball experience.
It's the first week of college basketball.
Sitting over there, just like,
I'm still excited about basketball.
I'm going to give you a great podcast. Kind of reminds me of Marty, the other announcer in Major League. Anyway, folks, that's our
Rob
show.
Johnson, Colby, he says your brain is interesting.
True. That is true. I guess some people say that. Some people say I'm just a fucking idiot. Anyway, till next time.
This as a compliment too from Morgan Spooner.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Check out the college baseball. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to the college baseball experience. Till next time, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And I almost gave you the football music. Wait a second. And now we are out of here.
I was oh so shy. I never knew I'd grow up to be oh so fly. Didn't have many homies and I don't know why, but it never stopped me from picking up the mic and everybody gathered around. I was shocked to see. Left my shell, the rest is history. Now I'm on to a relic at a moment's peace. And when I get home, I go to bed and brush my teeth. But man, I wonder how I keep it going at times. I get unorganized, garbage piles rise. In between times like I'm at right now.